This is a story of boyhood to manhood. From the time I was a kid, I grew up in a household that most people would have considered privileged. Had good parents, went to one of the best schools in my area. I couldn't complain about a thing. High school was a completely different story. I struggled a lot with making friends, accepting who I was, and really just fitting in anywhere. Up until my senior year, that is. From that point on, that's when I developed a sense of confidence, started making friends, and then when graduation rolls around, things started looking great. I figured since high school was over, the hard part was over with, and then the rest of my life would just be a breeze. Kind of a crazy thought. When I came to college, I came in with the mindset that as long as I had a solid group of friends and that it was nothing like high school, everything would be fine. And for a while, I really believed that. But after a while, it got to a point that I was spending so much time with these guys that I was starting to forget who I was as a person. It wasn't until I met an incredible group of people that my life forever changed. And while on May 3rd, 2017, let's just say I made the best life-changing decision of my life, that day will always be remembered. And from that point on, that's when things really started looking up. I made a solid group of friends, a group of people that I knew would have my back no matter what. Went on some incredible adventures. Things were looking great. Well, 2018 came, and let's just say that was definitely one of the most challenging years of my life. I struggled a lot with anxiety, depression, loneliness, and even contemplated suicide. That was one of my biggest obstacles that I had to overcome yet. And then, the year after that, that's when I remember something amazing happening. That was the year I discovered my long-lost uncle. Meeting my uncle was one of the biggest turning points in my life. For me, it was a personal reminder that I have more family than I even realized. I remember when 2020 came, I thought it was going to be a year like no other. Things were going to start looking great. Well, it was definitely a different year, but there were a lot of challenges, but a lot of good came out of it too. I met some incredible people, and these guys inspired me in ways so much more than I can ever express. The point of my story is this. There's been a lot of good in my life, but there's also been a lot of challenges. But the one thing I've learned about growing into a man is that you should never settle in one point in your life. You're always going to be growing, you're always going to be changing, and you're always going to experience things that you never would have thought of before. And for me, that's been the fun part. Can't wait to see where my next adventure is going to take me. What's going to be your biggest challenge, and how are you going to let that shape you?